Hello, everybody, and welcome to Musician for Life. So, and just to tell you about this channel, we're going to talk about all things musician, and how to have music throughout your life. And it's also important that this is not just a one-way conversation. Would love to have you weigh in and comment on things that we bring up on this channel. If you are a musician, or if you're not a musician. So today's topic is going to be how to keep playing during the different parts of your life. So the idea is, how do you keep yourself motivated to play? Or maybe you don't need that, you just are naturally motivated. You know, some of us are motivated by various things. And when it comes to music, we might be motivated to play like our favorite band or musician that we like to follow, or that there's a friend of ours that's learned an instrument and we want to play along with them, or that somebody's just been encouraging us to play. But sometimes it can be that we want to be in a band and be out there and have crowds applaud for us. Or we could think we're going to make a gazillion dollars because we're going to be making that record that everybody wants to buy. So all of these are just fine. And I'd like you to weigh in on what motivates you to continue to play as a musician. I know that for me, what I try to do is to concentrate on how the music is so enjoyable and how it really adds to my life. And that's a kind of motivation that is, I don't know if you want to call it self-sustaining, maybe that's the right word. So with that in mind, I try to play music that I really like, but I also like to play music that challenges me. And whether it's playing the guitar or banjo or mandolin, or other instruments, or singing, that I like that feeling of being challenged and trying different things. I started playing banjo. Well, actually I played baritone and French horn when I was in middle school and high school, but that just didn't really float my boat. And it wasn't until I was in college that I thought, well, let me see, maybe there's something else. And at that time there were a couple of iconic movies that used banjo in them, and I started playing that. And then a friend of mine wanted to play, and that was great to play along with him. And he got very good at the banjo, so I thought, well, let me try something else. And what I did was picked up the guitar and started playing that. And somebody else joined us who played guitar, so I thought, well, I guess I'll try the mandolin out. So I tried that out. And it's kind of been that way ever since, is that I try to play something that will fit with the group that I'm with, or what I feel like playing. So that has been sort of my story, but I've found that having other things to motivate me to play were also good, and that is playing for a group, providing music that is useful to that group, playing with other musicians, whether it be in a band or just jamming, were very motivating. So the other thing too that goes along with this is attempting to have what you need to be able to just pick up the instrument and play. First of all, if you're going to play an instrument like a guitar or whatever, having a guitar available so that you can just pick it up and play it. The other thing is, be patient. These things take time. I've been playing for, gosh, I don't know, 50 years. I'm still not very good, but that doesn't stop me from wanting to continue to enjoy the music and play with others. So at the end of the day, look for your own motivation and try to be realistic about it. Because if you say, I want to earn $1 million, well, that's a fairly rare thing in the music business. It's actually a fairly rare thing in any business. Or if you say, I want to play just like the record or the recording that I've listened to, that's fine too, but remember, recordings are done in studio settings, and they can use very talented musicians, and they can also do things that are difficult to reproduce with a live instrument. So be patient, be flexible, and enjoy. I think that's, if I was to offer one big piece of advice, is enjoy. Now, some of you may do better with lessons from a teacher, a live setting, but there's also great resources on the YouTube, as you well know, or the whole internet, where very, very nice folks have volunteered to teach you how to play songs, and they're good teachers. I love hearing stories from now famous musicians, and one of them was Paul McCartney talked about when he and John, I think it was George Harrison, but I've forgotten if it was Harrison or Lennon. They were very early and very young, and they had one guitar between the two of them, and they wanted to play some music that was like, I guess you could say, Elvis. But to do that, they needed to play a certain chord called a B7 on the guitar. And oh, it was so complicated. He's being very funny as he was telling the story, because he's sitting there with his guitar. He plays a B7 and then looks very surprised, like he can play it. So he says they scraped enough money to get onto a bus to go across town, because they heard somebody across town knew how to play a B7. So they were motivated because they wanted to play like the music they'd heard on the radio. And it's a great motivation. It's something that stretches us and pushes us and gives us an opportunity to do something that's fairly magical and exciting for us. So anyhow, I will leave it at that and say, look for your own motivation and keep playing, because that's really what it comes down to, is you want to keep playing as much as you can. I'll show you a clip at the end here about a movie called That Thing You Do. Love it. If you get a chance to watch it, do. Tom Hanks wrote it, well, helped write it and produce it, but he was also in it. In it, they talk about a group that's a one-hit wonder band, and they get their one hit, and then there's a struggle, and it looks kind of like it might not work out, and one guy gives them advice, and his advice is just keep playing. So that's my advice to you all. Just keep playing. So again, like and subscribe if you like this, and please comment and talk about your motivations to keep playing. All right, we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Ain't no way to keep a band together. Bands come and go. You gotta keep on playing, no matter with who. You guys any good?
We got something snappy. I really think we do.
I'm sure you do. But sooner or later, something makes you crazy. Money, women, the road. Man, just time.
Well, we've only been together for 2 months.
Some bands I've been with, that's 2 months too long. You keep on playing and watch your money. You'll land on your feet.